which was 5 days ago this was, by the way. So I feel kind of bad for not seeing that comment. I wasn't really checking my comments. He asked me to show him how to exceed and how to ride the arm. Now, what I'm going to do is go into the void, and I'm going to show how to do all of that. Like, how to do all of Nero. I already did, like, something like that, but that was for the demo. It's kind of changed a little bit. Alright, are you going to hit me? Are you aggressive? Whoa, my phone's hot. Okay. So, starting off, I'm going to show you, like, the basic moves. So I'm not going to exceed or anything. As you can see in the bottom left, can't tell my left from my right, sorry about that. It shows you all the moves that I do. Oops. It shows you all the moves that I do. Hold on, let me just break back to Overture. Might seem like a waste of Devil Breakers, but it's fun. That's about it. Okay, so. Kinda spoilers. I've changed it to standard controls and all that. Oh no. Well, I forgot about something. Hold up. This is a little painful to wait now, isn't it? I mean, skip to a little bit if you don't want to see this, but if you, I'm just gonna talk about things for now. I'm gonna have to, because I de-upgraded some things because I wanted to do mission 2 in a way, that I would do it in the demo. So, I have completed Dante Must Die. That video is going to come up quite shortly. I completed it on, Wednesday? Never mind, Wednesday was yesterday. Was it? It was either Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. Yeah, but I'm going to have to customize and I'm going to have to... Oh, God. I'm going to show you, like, all the moves and all that and how to do them. And then I'm going to show you a little bit of how to jump cancel and how to do some combos. Hopefully that'll help at least a little bit. Trigger heart, not very necessary. Oh yeah, Exprovocation. And then you can look up on YouTube where a good farming exploit is, which is in mission 13 by the way, and it's best if you do it on human. Never mind, I accidentally did that. Okay. But yeah, I de-upgraded some things because I wanted to play it as if I was back in the demo. Add it? Add it. Okay, I'm not going to show you the deluxe breakers just yet. I'm going to do it right at the very end. But I'll do that, like after I showcase everything. And then if you don't have the deluxe edition, you won't have to watch the rest of the video. But, I'm gonna try to explain as best as I can. Like, it would be good if you slowed down the video when I'm trying to show you the exceed and how to exceed and all that. So, I'm no longer saying, oh yeah, one of my friends requested this. No, one of my viewers requested it, actually. Someone that I don't personally know, I don't think. Okay, but, so, like, his basic moveset, as you can see, and right here, you see all that. Okay, a little bit of spoilers, so if you don't want any spoilers, just don't watch this video. But, okay, so the basic moves is with triangle, you basically hit. And all that, right? Okay, so the first combo is the standard 4-hit combo, Combo A. And it basically requires you to hit triangle 4 times, one after the other. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have combo B, which is you hit once, pause, and then you just keep spamming, and then you'll start violently hitting down on the enemy, and then do that. Okay. Then we got combo C, which is 2 hits. And then you continue with 4 more, as you can see in the bottom left. You can see what I'm doing, how I'm timing. Well, 4 more hits, not 3 more hits. I don't know what I said. And then for the final one, combo D, is 1, 2, 3, pause, 4, and then he does a very powerful last one. And then for High Roller, which is you lock on with R1, this one right here. And then you go backwards. Well, you would go backwards from the enemy. So if I was standing, for example, like over here, I would move it this way. So I'm going backwards. And then press triangle once. Or, if you want to go into the air with them, you hold it. Now, for streak. Oh god, no one wants to see that, okay? Cover that up. So, now for streak, you would go forwards towards the enemy. And you'll do something like this. And pull them back. And then for hardware, I think it's called, you would hold it. As you could see, there was a slight flash, and then you let go. There's a... I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. There's a very slight flash. Hold on, I think it'll be best from this. Yeah. Where the sword glows for a bit. Like... shines. Looks like a shine. Yeah, like that. And that's when you can do that. Now, in the air, what you can do is do the standard 3-hit combo. 1, 2, 3. If you do 2 hits, pause, and then do a third one, you do a roulette spin. And that brings the enemy up with you. If you go backwards from the enemy while in the air, you do split. And if you do forwards, it's called payline, I think. I'm not used to the new hits, and I don't like hardware or payline at all. I don't think they're necessary, but apparently they are. Now that I've shown you the basic combos for Nero, actually no, not yet. If you go backwards and forwards really quickly, so backwards, forwards, on the ground he does something like this, and in the air he does caliber. So he does shuffle and caliber. Shuffle is on the ground, this one. Caliber is in the air, this one. You might see me use caliber like very often, because there's a very nice combo that you can do. This one. I could probably do it. Nope. I did it once. Okay, never mind. But now, how to exceed. So, what you're gonna want is to do one exceed. So, exact. Well, first of all, you gotta know how to exceed. So, you basically hold R2 or right trigger, and you hold it, and then it charges it up a little bit. You're gonna have to let go and hold it again. And that basically powers up your sword. And now, what you can do is after every hit, you can power it up. Like that, which I'll say I'm quite good at. I'm not actually trying to show off. I'm just trying to show off. Okay, get back up. Now, how you do it is after the hit, as you can see, the frames that it hits the enemy, that's when you're gonna try to press it. As you can see. Right when it hits the enemy. Now, that might be a little confusing, but just... I don't know. I think to myself, like, I don't really think it too much. But, while doing it, while starting off, I thought to myself, just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then that's how I do it. I do triangle, R2. L2 even. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And then now there are some moves, like for example in combo C, we have this 2 hits, and that doesn't really work 2 times. It's after that 2 times where you would press it. You like when it hits the enemy. Now it's harder to time a max act, but I'm gonna try it without. But basically, right as it's about to hit the enemy, like you're gonna hold on. Let me try again. There we go. It's kind of confusing, but if you slow down the video enough, you should be able to see the exact frames where I did it. So yeah. That's about it. Then you got the standard devil breakers and all that. So you got Overture. The standard move is when you just press it. Yeah. I'm gonna try to go a little more in depth with the Exceed. So it is confusing when you first start off, and also you're gonna have to you don't have to do the normal Exceed. You don't have to buy it or anything. Okay, see, even I'm not perfect at it. See, I'm actually trying to not get max act or anything. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do caliber. Okay, get back up. Alright. So it's hard to explain, but like you'd see like as it hits the enemy. As it hits the enemy, any move, any and every move, you can do it. Or what you can do is just like power up like this. What I like to do is once it's powered up by one, you can do streak but hold triangle, and then he does that. And then you can charge up there, which is really cool. It looks better in 4 because there's sparks flying everywhere. But you can get out of that by just jumping, but you can just perform it. Okay, that didn't work. Now into the devil breakers, you do normal standard battery. You can do it while you're in the air, and then he fires it downwards. If the enemy's on the enemy's on the floor, you can also do it downwards. But if the enemy's on the floor, like you're just standing normally and you're in the air, he'll do that. If the enemy's in the air, he'll go upwards, and that's about it. To do your breakage move, that works both on the ground and in the air. And you basically go up to the enemy, you charge it up, you let go, and kicks the enemy away. The way you gotta do to detonate it is either wait or just shoot him. You can also use attacks like streak, like moves that knock them back. Hold on, let me try that again. Yeah, moves like that. So for some reason it doesn't work with this. It probably just because knocks them like that. But I'm pretty sure it works with streak. And I don't know. For Gobra, when there's no input on this, whoa. Okay, that's amazing. When there's no input on the left analog stick, and you just press circle or B, he does this, a shockwave in front of him. This. In the air. That can be used to repel projectiles. And if you do have, if you're going in a certain direction and then you press it, he'll do this. He'll move around like that, and it's kind of like dodging in the air.
Let's get airborne.
Yeah. I'm not gonna try to exceed. But like, you don't have to be hitting an enemy, by the way, with exceed. You can just do it like this. You don't have to be hitting an enemy. Okay. So, now for the breakage move, you have one of two. I'm gonna show you the first one, and then I'm gonna show you the second one later. So you're basically on the ground, and you let go, and I'm pretty sure that's called a steam ray. And he basically does this for a few seconds. It doesn't do that much damage. Oh yeah, by the way, with the air taunt, when you press the touchpad, and you do it, you can also exceed. It's a little harder to explain. You'll just have to figure it out yourself, because it's hard to explain. It's hard enough to do, but even harder to explain. Okay, now for punchline is the one which was also requested. You basically press circle, and it fires this. Now, this Devil Raker is, goes a little deeper than just this and a breakage move. Because what you can do is, while it's attacking an enemy, if you press circle, you call it back. If you hold circle, that's when you jump on your arm, which is really cool. And you can do a lot of things on your arm actually. You can, first of all, you can jump off of it by just jumping. It will break eventually, so you gotta be careful of that. But what you can do is just simply press X or square to do this, basically the shoot button. And he does this simple flip. Hold on, let me try that again. He does this simple flip. And that's all you can do with that. With triangle, if you go into an enemy, he does this kind of flip. He goes into the enemy and he does this kind of flip. Let me show you that, try to show you that better. It also works while going into a wall. Don't know why you would do that. Hold on, let me get my style a little higher because it can. You know what? It can be fun to use hard way. Ah yes, also I didn't go into depth with the taunts.
Come on.
Every fan ever. I mean, what fans? Okay, so he also works while going into the wall. Doesn't work with this wall for some reason. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm doing the circle one. Yeah, there we go. He basically does this flip. Now, what gets interesting is when you press circle, he goes higher. Now, what that does is, for God's sake. Let me try to get to an S rank. Okay. What that does is it unlocks four new moves? No, actually, it only unlocks 3 new moves. So you can also do this one in the air. Are you kidding? Let me try to get. Okay, now that that's done, so you go into the air, and you can do the standard square move, or you can go to one direction. It's not what I meant to say. Oh, okay. When you hold forward while doing this, press circle and forward. Press circle, go forward. Are you kidding? Okay, how about just do the X provocation talk? Can't bother do anything else. Good. Alright. Now that that's done, it's still about to blow up. How about just blow it up now, and then just blow them all up. All of them. One by one. One by one. Okay. Now, press circle, you'll go up, and then you go forward, and then you can do that. Now obviously I'm going to jump off, because that would completely ruin your arm. He would get off of it like this. Well, or not. But sometimes what happens is he can't control it. And he basically does... He basically just falls off it. For some reason I can't get that to happen. Now if you go to the right, that's probably my favorite one. Never mind, hold on. where he does this. Nope, never mind. That's the wrong one. The one to the left is my favorite. The one to the right, he holds it like this, and he basically spins around. Now, the one to the left is basically the one from the trailers, and he does this. Now, if you ride on your arm for too long, this is what happens. It does that. So that's how you ride your arm. Just realized how weird that sounded. But that's how you do it. Now, for Helter Skelter, it's quite simple. You basically spam circle. And it opens up more and more and more, right? Until it fully opens up. And you deal maximum damage. You can do that in the air as well. You don't lose height for some reason. Oh, you lose it a little bit. Not enough to worry me. Now its breakage move is the same on the ground and in the air. And it's basically this. It can damage a lot of enemies at once. That's a good thing. Now for Tomboy, it's not very much. But you activate it. And it revs up your sword so much. It's like to the power of 11, where before it was a maximum of 3, right? And if you just keep pressing, keep tapping on triangle, it gets faster and faster attacks, and then it does this eventually. Now you can't lock onto enemies. As you can see, I'm holding it, but I'm not locking on. You really can't. But that's basically the ground combo. If you want to do the lock on forward thing, he goes in the air with the enemy, and you can press it again one more time, and he does this. It's not that great. For the air combo, he basically does that, and you can press it twice, and it just goes like this. Now in the air, you can also lock on. You can lock on and go forward, and he does this spinning attack. And if you try to do backwards, he just does the normal forward one, because you can't lock on. It's the only one. It's the only directional lock on one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now for the gun, basically hold it. It powers up the gun, and you just aim it. I'm gonna aim it at his head, and then you blow him up. Basically. It clearly shows you where it's aiming. So that was a clear headshot. Oh, you don't have to hold it actually. It automatically powers up, you just have to tap it. And you can keep doing it. Okay, it does take a while for it to recharge, I think. No, you do have to hold it to charge it up. Then you can just do that. And then he has to do that. But you can just do this continuously and just wreck the demon in front of you. And then you can do a 1-1 and just ruin the demon's life. You can always deactivate it, and then you're fine, and you got your normal combos back. If you decide to do the breakage move, it basically powers it up even more. Same combos, but you got a limited amount of time, and it's more powerful. It's like revved up to 17 now. Okay. For the Buster Arm. Obviously the Buster move is going to look different on every enemy, but I'm going to be using my trusty Hellcana. And you tap cycle, and you can keep tapping it to sometimes power it up even more. Do like more moves, do it for longer. For example, he'll normally take 1 shot, then throw him on the ground. If I keep tapping it, he does 3 shots. But that's basically all it is. It's kind of like the Devil Bringer. And then if you power it up, it does pretty much the same thing, apart from as if you were in Devil Trigger. So if you keep tapping it, it does way more. It breaks, but it does a lot of damage. And that's about it. Not really much to it. For Rawhide is one of the more fun ones. I can tap it, and then it does this. Simple slice. And there are combos with this, actually. You can do this one, the standard one, where you keep tapping. You can do... You can do this one where you do it once, you pause, and then he does this. But yeah, there's 2 combos in the air. He just does that. He does 2 of them, actually. So that's about it. It's quite fun because it damages a lot of enemies at once. And your wire snatch now becomes literally you extending that thing to grab the enemy, and that damages them, as you can see in the total damage that's down there, right above my controller. My controller is also black, by the way, so that's a fun thing. It's a fun fact. For the breakage move, it's kind of the same as well, whether you're on the ground or in the air. Basically it does this, grabs an enemy, and then just slams them around. Now for ragtime, the last one. I don't find this very useful, actually. But basically it slows down time. So if I just tap it, it slows down time for a few seconds. So I can keep doing that and just keep spawning in bubbles. Why did you spawn it all the way over there? I don't know how that's useful. Maybe boss fights with like Virgil. Or like trying to do air combos. Boom. And hold on, okay. I wanna see something. No, it doesn't work very well. Nope, doesn't work very well. For the breakage move, it's takes a while to charge up, actually. And then he does this. Slows down time completely for longer. And now for Gerbra's other breakage move called Petal Ray. It's in the air and he does that basically. And for Punchline's breakage move, I actually forgot to show that. It also takes a bit longer to charge up, and then he basically does this huge uppercut. He can one-shot some enemies, and then when you're in the air, it's kind of different but kind of the same. Sorry Nico, here comes another one. Alright, but above the enemy, basically slams it down to the ground. It can't destroy bosses nearly as much as the Buster Arm, but it's still quite fun. One of my favorites is Gerbera. Okay, so my top 4 are like Overture, Gerbera, Helter Skelter, and Rawhide. I love those. And then Nero also has oh yeah, I forgot to show his guns. Basically shoots. You can charge it up. And he can charge it up. And then when he shoots, it kind of explodes. And then it explodes after a few seconds again. Yeah. That's about it. Now, if you want to see the deluxe breakers, here it goes. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the Devil Bringer. So you can actually do a snatch, regular snatch with this. And then if you use it, he basically does a buster move, but it's not as powerful, and you have your double trigger. Wait, does his HUD go off? Oh, it's a little unfortunate. But yeah, it doesn't do as much damage as, let's say, Breakage Buster. But it still does a lot. Now, I have to do player select. I know. It's kind of annoying. But the deluxe Devil Breakers aren't a lot, let's just say. they do add to the game, and I guess they're kind of fun, but for the most part, a lot of them are kind of useless most of the time. Especially Sweet Surrender, which I'm going to show you later. Especially that you find out that you unlock a double trigger at the end. Yeah. You might already have guessed what Sweet Surrender does. You might have already known what Sweet Surrender does, but if you don't, then you probably guessed. But if you didn't, then I'm going to show you what it does. I'm also going to do that for V and Dante. I'm probably going to do Dante first because I don't do V's. I'm only doing this because a viewer requested. Oh yeah, Gerbera is very useful actually. I love Gerbera GP01. Okay. To be honest, they kind of not very flashy looking. Kind of simple. It's a fork. Mega Man arm is probably the one that stands out the most. They're kind of all like the same color apart from the Mega Man arm. Sweet Surrender is white. Gerbera is white. The fork, also known as the Pasta Breaker, is silver, which is also kind of the light color. Let me check the time. Video anyway. Okay. Now, directional inputs, they're the same. I like how it's purple this time. But yeah, directional inputs, same. But if there's no input on there, he just basically goes upwards. And if he's in the air, goes downwards. Basically the only difference. It's a lot more useful to me because I prefer vertical mobility rather than having the ability to throw a shockwave in front of me. It can also repel projectiles if you go straight out. Let's say in front of me right now, projectiles coming. I'd have to do that. That's the only way to do it. Breakage moves are the same. Apart from that, this time they're purple. Pasta Breaker. As you can see, my remaining double breakers right now. If I use it, they switch. And switch again. And switch again. And my breakage move is this. Hold on. Which is kind of useful actually, because they stay in the air. They are constantly stunned for a few seconds, and then it explodes. Sweet Surrender doesn't have any offensive abilities, but it heals you. You can't see it right now, but if I took damage, which I can't, even if he were to hit me, my health wouldn't go down. But as you can see, it would basically regenerate me. It only does a little bit. The breakage move really quickly charges up, and it basically 3 full bars. And then he has the Mega Buster. And as you can see, the yellow thing at the side, that will power up. If I shoot it, it then powers up. I can keep spamming it. But yeah, it's kind of useful actually. It's fun. It's fun as well. Now, a thing about this arm is you can lock on, but it only does the wire snatch. So you actually have to aim at the enemy to shoot them. It's quite cool. Now, his run changes to this. Always having his arm front. Apart from when he's sprinting. Well, actually, nah, not really. Now his jump turns into this, the Mega Man jump. Apart from his air hike and this, where it's normal. His dodge changes into the Mega Man slide. That's the first time I actually tried doing that. Okay, now the breakage move basically powers the whole thing up and does this thing. That's about it for the deluxe Devil Breakers. Only 4 of them. Garbra GP01 is quite good. I love it. Pasta Breaker, I don't really use. I don't really need to switch them that much. To be honest, I don't really use my Devil Breakers that much. Yeah, you can't call it back, by the way. You can blow it up as well. Honestly, my favorite though is gonna be either the Mega Buster or Garbra. Probably Garbra. That was pretty cool. I once did that in Devil Trigger to an enemy on Hell and L, and it does quite a nice amount of damage. I think it was the Clyfather roots as well, or it was just hold on, this guy. I think it is. Yeah, this guy. I think I did it to him in Devil Trigger, which was really cool. And I did it like 4 or 5 times. But that's about it for that. So exceeds, some standard combos, and how to use Devil Breakers. What I like doing though, with like charging up your gun, it's kind of a problem. Go into your controls, gun attack, the right trigger, Devil Bringer, square or X. And then you can constantly hold it now. And then you can do some combos with it. Oh yeah, did I mention that exceeding powers up your moves in different ways? For example, some moves require all 3 to power up fully. For example, Streak. He does 3 spins right after that. It's not very... can't see it very well. Hold on. There we go. Now for High Roller, also does 3 spins. For the one on the ground, also 3 spins. So it powers him up a lot. Now if I was to only have 2, then I would only do 2 spins and all that. So that's basically the tutorial on how to use Nero. I'm gonna do on Dante, probably not as long because I really went to depth with what I had to do because viewer suggestion request. Holy, what the hell is happening with his face? He has a noose on around his neck, and his face is ugly. Has your mother ever told you how ugly you are? Yeah, that's the first time I'm taking a proper look at his face, and it's not pleasant. Yeah, that's better. You know what? That's much better. Hold on. That's much better. Even better. Alright, that's about it. So, see ya. Oh, by the way, you can shoot up to 3 times after you color up. Oh yeah, and also, if you air taunt while coloring up and then do that, if you let go, he won't shoot. And also that works with like some Devil Breaker moves, like this. But that's about it. So, see ya.